Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Hope your day is off to a great start. So I actually had another video in mind for today, but then this morning I looked at the calendar and I realized it's the end of March, you guys. I fully did not realize that March was over in a couple days. So I thought I'm gonna go ahead and share my home fragrance empties today. I will probably do my beauty empties on Monday. So if you are interested in that, tune in on Monday and we'll go through what I finished in terms of skincare, makeup, hair care, body care, all of that fun, frivolous stuff. We'll talk about those empties on Monday. But today, let's dive through my big old box of home fragrance empties. So all of the candles and all of the wax melts that I used up this month. Now, I will say not everything that I finished is up here quite yet. I actually have a few candles downstairs that I need for my weekly home fragrance roundup. Honestly, I finished up several candles this week that should be in here, but I will talk about those on Saturday. I just kind of want to do a little bit more of an in-depth thoughts on some of those. So anyway, stay tuned for Saturday's video and you'll see a few more empties in there is the moral of the story. But without further ado, you guys, I'm going to take you through this box that I have here. As always, I will list and link wherever you can purchase any of these candles if they're still available in the description box down below. There's discount codes down there. There's Candle Crock and Candle Lamp 101. You are going to be seeing a number of candles that still have wax in them. Now, these particular candles, if you see wax still in them, it means that they were finished in a candle crock. When you put a candle in a crock, the wax does not dissipate, but the fragrance oils do. So once you take a candle out of a crock, it is basically going to smell like a hunk of just wax with maybe very, very little fragrance still to it. But the idea is to extract the fragrance out of the wax, and then you can do whatever you want with the leftover wax. I do have a video that I will also link in the description box down below that shows you what I do with some of my leftover wax. So be sure to check out the description box. There's usually quite a bit of information down there, especially if you are new to the world of home fragrance and you kind of have some questions about certain things. You might be able to find your answer down there faster than I can get back to you in the comments. So check that out, and without further ado, I'm just gonna start grabbing. I'm not gonna do this by brand or anything like that, but I will leave the wax melts for the end. It's predominantly going to be Scentsy and Crinkle wax melts that I think you're gonna be seeing in here. Okay, well, let's start with this bad boy here. So this was a Crinkle candle from their Fruity and Fresh 3-wick designer collection that they released. I don't know, it was over a month ago at this point. This is their passion fruit punch. I was so excited about passion fruit punch, you guys. I was also really excited about raspberry jam. And unfortunately, neither of those fragrances really worked out for me. This just smelled so rancid and off. I have to think there's something wrong with this fragrance. I am going to pass my feedback directly off to Kringle. I usually wait until I have a few things where I'm like, oh, this doesn't really, smell quite right, or this didn't work out for me for whatever reason. And then I like to pass that feedback along directly to Kringle. This will be one of the things that will be in that little email where I just say, I really think this needs some tweaking. I don't know what it is about this, but it just smelled funky, and it was a massive disappointment for me personally, because I am a huge fan of passion fruit. I love to eat it. I love to smell it. It's like my favorite tropical fragrance, if you will. So I was really excited to see a passion fruit something from Kringle, and that just, it didn't do it for me. I think it smelled so bad. I was hoping that it would get better in the candle crock, and it was a little bit better, but I think there was just something wrong with the formulation here. I hope to go back to the drawing board, because I would like to see an amazing passion fruit scent from Kringle, but that one is not it. But this, So good. This was also from that collection. This is the Patanga Peach, and this one is heavenly. This is very, very similar to Farm Stand Peach from HomeWorx. So if you like that one, you'll like this one. So this one, I burned it down to where it extinguished itself, like the wax clips, you know, stop the flames. And then the last little bit of wax that was left in here, I actually also put into one of my candle crocks to extract the fragrance. That's why those wick clips are kind of all over the place right now, you can see. One thing I do want to mention about candle crocks versus lamps is that once you put a candle into a crock, you cannot light it again. You can see with this one here that the wick clips have become detached from the bottom and have kind of floated around. If you were to light, for example, either of these two wicks over here, that's way too close for these wicks to be to the side of the jar here. That can cause this glass to get way too hot. I mean, this is obviously designed for a candle, but this can get way too hot, and then it can cause this glass to crack or explode, and fire and, you know, flowing wax is never going to be a good thing in terms of, you know, house fires. So please, if you decide to retire a candle to a candle crock, like that is where it's going to go to like pass on to its next life. You know, you can reuse the wax for something else. You can pour it out into another vessel, make a patio candle, whatever it is that you want to do, but you're not going to relight this one again. So I just really want to stress that. With a lamp, because you're only warming layers and you're warming from the top down, there is a chance for you to relight that, but I don't know why you would. Maybe you would, I don't know, but you could with a lamp, but you cannot with a crock. Okay, Country Candle Cake Pops. You guys, I love this one so much. I had such a good experience with it. Absolutely adore this fragrance. I already have an in-depth review of this one up, so make sure you check this out. I will say mine burned down to the very last drop like a champ. I did end up repurchasing this myself. This one here was sent to me in PR. I love the scent, and the performance was so good from start to finish that I knew that I had to have another one. So that is another one that I will most certainly be repurchasing at some point this summer as well. It's really, really delicious. And if you like a gourmand that has a very kind of interesting, almost slightly perfumey note to it, I know that's going to turn a lot of people off, and I hate to almost describe it that way, but I feel like it's the best way to describe it. There's this muskiness that for whatever reason just makes sense with the gourmand that we have here. So I don't know, I love it. I'm a huge fan, but if you are at all hesitant about the fragrance, you can find Cake Pops both in the daylights as well as the wax melts. So check it out there just to make sure that, you know, you don't end up with, for example, a giant candle that you're like, oh my gosh, this is atrocious. I can't stand the way this smells. So, but I loved it. I'm a huge fan. All right, here we have Sweet Red Mango. So this is another one where you'll see right away that it came out of a crock. I did end up, despite the fact that it was actually burning okay, I ended up utilizing this one in the candle crock in our master bedroom. And I really, really love this scent. It turns out this was actually a returning fragrance. I wasn't aware of that. I had never had this one before, and I really enjoyed it. So as far as like possible repurchases for me this summer from Bath & Body Works, I think this one is definitely going to be a contender. Now, for the most part, I'm just trying to purchase things that are new to me from Bath & Body Works instead of doing repurchases. But if there's nothing that I'm interested in and I want to burn some Bath & Body Works candles, this is one of those where I would hands down like go pick up another one right away. Out of the ones that I purchased during, it was actually on Super Bowl that I ordered a bunch of Bath & Body Works candles. Out of the vast majority, I would say half of them did pretty decent in terms of like the overall burn quality, and then the other half were just the usual, like they just kind of dudded out after the halfway point. That's probably because of the types of fragrances that I gravitated towards, which unfortunately have the more tree stump like wicks, for example, like this bad boy here. I realize this looks like a mess, but I poured out the wax that was in here for a fire starter that I was making. If you're wondering about this fire starter thing, check out that video that I mentioned about what I do with my leftover wax. So that's also linked below. But this is wildberry and ube. Man, I love this one, but you guys, it was a disaster burning. It got so dirty and messy. So yeah, she went into the crock at the halfway point. Here's the thing though. I love this scent so much that I would totally consider repurchasing this at a good price point. I mean, it's got to be on sale for $12.95, and I have to have either a 20 or 25% off coupon. But I would purchase this one again just to put it into a crock. That's how much I loved it in terms of the fragrance. But the burn, ooh, it was atrocious, you guys. It was really, really bad. All right. Let's keep going with more Bath & Body Works. This is the Sunset in Maui. This one I also did end up putting into a candle crock, and I poured out the wax because once again, I was making some fire starters for our fireplace in the backyard and needed some more wax to finish them. So luckily this was done in the crock, so came in handy, and I really love this scent a lot. This actually has pineapple in it, and I really liked it because pineapple wasn't really the focus here. It was more so the papaya that I smelled in this particular Sunset in Maui fragrance. Really liked it a lot, and I would totally consider repurchasing that one. It actually burned quite well. All right, let's, just because we're on a Bath & Body Works train here, Calypso Clementine. All right, so this bad boy, yeah, you can tell she also ended up in the crock. Honestly, this one performed even better in the crock in terms of the strength and throw. This one was somewhat light, but I love this scent. I actually think that I might be picking up some of the body care in this particular fragrance. I just think it's so refreshing and beautiful. It's a citrus mostly to my nose, but there is a little bit of neroli in here, which I think makes it really interesting. But my nose predominantly picks up the clementine in here, and I think it's beautifully done. I love it. I would consider repurchasing that, but knowing that it's just gonna do better in the crock in all likelihood. So anyway, here we have crushed blueberries from Kringle. This is one of their 3 wicks. I love crushed blueberries. Much like the Patanga Peach, this is one of my favorites from that fresh and fruity or fruity and fresh 3-wick candle collection that they had. This one is amazing. Again, very similar to the Farm Stand Blueberry. You should absolutely check that out. Big fan of that. Here is the 3-wick of the new Bananas Foster fragrance. This one, by the way, was sent to me in PR. I will say I ordered this myself, paid for it myself in the 2-wick version. I'm kind of excited to burn the 2-wick because I found that this one here, when it got past, I would say like a 2-3 hour burn, it kind of almost started to give off a little bit of like a toffee note. It's almost like the brown sugar turned to toffee, and it got to be a little bit too sweet for my liking. Craig actually loved it. He hardly ever comments about home fragrance, but he's a huge fan of Bananas Foster, just like as a dessert in general. And so I wanted to get the 2-wick, not only just to be able to test it myself and see if there's a difference between the two, in terms of maybe that toffee note not coming out with a 2-wick where maybe it just does with the 3-wick. Because I do think the 3-wicks burn a lot hotter than the 2-wick candles do. So I'm wondering if there might be a difference. But then also, you know, Craig liked the scent, and I thought, wow, he actually made a comment about home fragrance, so I should get another one of those since he likes it. I'm a good wife. All right, here we have another Empties of the one of the newest fragrances for spring summer 2024. Look at the beautiful burn here. Ice cream sandwiches, I love her. A lot of you think that this smells like Mounds or Almond Joy candy bars. I think it smells like a beautiful Ruby Jewel ice cream sandwich. I love this. I do get a healthy dose of coconut in here, so I can see where the reference to Mounds or Almond Joy would come from. But this one, This one here was sent to me. I placed an order for 2 more myself. Like, I fell in love with this, and I don't want to be without this for like this summer. This is a great summertime gourmand, and I wholeheartedly recommend it. A lot of people love this one. So it's pretty universally loved. So I think it's a pretty safe bet, but as always, you can check out the wax melts and the daylights first to just make sure. Okay. This one here, okay, you're gonna think I'm insane, but I ended up taking my crinkle cookies. This was a leftover from this was released for Christmas this year, right? I think it was, yeah, I think it was the fall winter 2023 release from Crinkle Candle that this was a part of. This is crinkle cookies, and as you can see, it was never lit. I just put it in the crock from the get-go, and I got a solid 2 weeks of 24/7 warming out of this one. It just kept going and going. No, I do not turn my crocks off at night. Once I put a candle in a crock, I just let it go until all the oils dissipate, and then I turn my crock off, and then I take the candle out and I put something else in there if I have a candle that I want to put in there. Otherwise, the crock will get a break. For example, the crock that's in this room here, I'm looking at it across the way here. There's nothing in there right now. So, but yeah, I love this one. This is a fragrance that I will absolutely repurchase like next holiday time. It is amazing. And if you want like a kind of yummy, but not overly sweet chocolate crinkle cookie fragrance, this one, it's totally worth checking out. It is delicious. I cannot say enough good things about it. All right, so we have, I think there's one more crinkle, but we'll do these guys first. Okay, so I have been melting a lot of my backups of my HomeWorx candles. As you guys know, I'm on a mission to kind of whittle that collection down. Now, I have a ton of the Christmas cupcakes in this hobnail format. When did I buy these? Would have been 2021. And then I also had this iced sugar cookie. I purchased this one last year. I was actually gonna save this one for next holiday season, but I just wanted some basic like vanilla type fragrances that I could pop underneath my candle lamps. These HomeWorx candles will not fit into any candle crocks that are currently available. I've said this before, but if I had the funding for it, I would absolutely design and manufacture crocks of different sizes for different sized candles. But yeah, I don't have that kind of financial backing, and I don't know, I don't have money to just pull out of my butt. So until then, we just have to put up with the candle crocks that we are, you know, blessed with from China. They all come from China, basically. So, but the one that I have linked in the description box down below is a really great one. It's very neutral, and it fits most candles. So Kringles, if you purchase from Goose Creek, if you want to put in Bath & Body Works 3 wicks, Yankee candles, any of those types of jars will fit into a crock, but these will not. But you can get lamps for these, which is what I utilize these for. So I'm going to show you the inside of these. They look a little scary, but this is just what happens when you melt underneath a lamp. You have to pour off layers of wax. So yeah, that last little layer there, I don't bother to pour that off because yeah, there's no point. These are done once you stop smelling that fragrance. Now, I still have, I think, 6 or 7 more of these, so I'm just gonna keep popping these underneath my lamps. They did fine underneath the lamps. I think they actually performed a little better underneath the lamps than they did when they were lit. These were rather light. But yeah, they're doing fine underneath the lamps. So I do love these jars, but I'm probably gonna pass these along to a friend that gets all of my candle jars. Well, it's one of Craig's friends, his wife. I don't know what she does with these candle jars, but Craig always just brings them to her. And like, I don't know her personally. She just knows that like I have a bunch of candle empties, and, you know, she asked her husband to ask Craig to ask me if she could have all the jars. And that's great. If she can find a use for them, take them. That means I don't have to clean them out to then, you know, like try to recycle them. I can actually, you know what, our local recycling plant does not accept candle jar empties. They used to, but they do not anymore, even if they're completely cleaned out. So yeah, I'm really happy that I can pass these along to this lady. I don't even know what her name is. I think her name's Christy. But anyway, I don't know what Christy does with my empty candle jars, but I hope that she's doing something useful with them. Anyway, here's Tropidelic. I really love this one. I will say the burn was atrocious, so she did go into a candle crock. If this was part of like an SAS and I found it for like, you know, I don't know, $7 or $8, if there was a screaming deal on it, I would totally get another one of these. But I actually kind of like the scent. I think I liked the label a lot more, even though I'm not into like lilies at all. They're a nightmare to work with if you're a florist, you know. But yeah, that one was just kind of a messy burn overall, but I just love the scent so much that instead of taking it back, I just put it into a candle crock. I actually used it in this room here, and it was fantastic. Huge fan. Ooh, Kringle Phoenix. I finished this one. I really liked Kringle Phoenix a lot, but I will say I think it smells very similar to their Fiji fragrance. So for me, I would probably go for Fiji. Not that this one is currently available, but I did really enjoy the scent. So kind of a nice, light, fresh, tropical, aquatic. Like that's the category that I would put Phoenix into myself. All right, a couple more candles. I think we have just 2 more. All right, good. We're making decent time here. This is, oh, this is Bamboo from Nest. This was, man, this was a powerhouse. If you ever come across this I actually see Bamboo quite a bit at my local Nordstrom Rack. So you can save a little bit of money at Nordstrom Rack on this particular scent. Also, I've seen this at, where have I seen this? I think at my local Home Goods. So yeah, anyway, I reviewed this one. It's not my usual type of wheelhouse type of fragrance, but that being said, it was really nice to try something new from Nest. And this one's very green, very interesting, and again, a powerhouse, especially in the 1-wick format. So if you're in the market, check that out. This is the Honeysuckle Mimosa. You guys, look at how this wax dissipated out of the bottom. Like there's nothing left. You can even see the wick clips. Sometimes a HomeWorx candle will just kind of surprise you and like all the wax disappears. This was one of those. I really like this scent, this Honeysuckle Mimosa. This was so beautiful. A really nice spring floral. Absolutely check this one out if you like honeysuckle. If you can find this at, you know, the different outlet stores like Ross, Marshalls, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, pick it up there. But I think it's also worth picking up even from HomeWorx.shop if you are looking to add another candle to your cart and if they're having a good sale over there. I really like this a lot, and honestly I would repurchase this. Also, the Blood Orange and Sage Gimlet, you gotta check that one out if you love citrus scents. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's plow through some wax melts here. I'm gonna try to do this in 5 minutes. All right, Country Candle Coconut Blueberry Tart. This was released I think a couple of years ago, and I bought some wax melts in this scent. I love this one. I think it's absolutely delicious. In fact, I need to place another order for some Kringle wax melts. They really need to bring sweet stuff back. There might actually be an Empties in here. Yep, there's an Empties in here for sweet stuff because we used that, I think, at Stella's birthday party. I love this scent. Can we all work together to pressure to get Kringle to bring this back? This reminds me of the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62 fragrance. It's maybe a touch more floral, but also try Sun Castles from Scentsy if you want something similar as well. That is currently out right now, and I really like that one too. But man, I love this. I want sweet stuff available in candles again, so I hope Kringle brings this one back. But both of these I think are absolutely worth checking out in terms of fragrances from Kringle. Their wax melts are doing much better for me these days. They did reformulate these, and I can get at least 2 days out of these now before I feel like I need to change the wax. In the past, it was like a 1 day and done type of deal, so very similar to vendor wax for me, and that's why I don't love vendor wax a whole lot myself. I just find that I don't want to change my wax out daily. It's not my preference, but yeah, these now at least a solid 2 days. So, all right, Southern Sweet Tea from Scentsy. This must have been a bring back my bar. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not a Scentsy consultant, so I don't sell this stuff. I don't remember when a lot of this came out. Sometimes I will have bars for like several seasons before I get around to melting them. So I'm just gonna tell you whether I like the fragrance or not, whether I would repurchase it or whether I would vote for it in like a bring back my bar. But Southern Sweet Tea, I really like this one. It's a really nice sweet tea fragrance. I wish it was a little heavier on like that black tea note. It's a little light on that, but it is a yummy tea scent for sure. I actually have 2 of those in here. My beloved Aloe Water and Cucumber. This is a great fresh fragrance for the bathrooms. I just adore this one. It's always been a great performer. I love this cucumber note in here. It's very refreshing, very clean, and this is one of those bars where I can easily go like 3 days between wax changes. It just seems to linger really nicely. Summer Berry Melon. This was originally available in a brick, and I remember having it in a brick after someone pointed out, oh, you had that in a brick. I was like, oh yeah, I did. I love this one. This one is delicious. This is, I think it's cassava melon in here, but there's also strawberry. There's some raspberry. It's just really fruity and delicious and summery and a great performer. We all know how I feel about Happy Birthday. I've talked this to death, so. It's delicious. It's in my club, and it will never not be in my... I have 7 bars of this in my club. That's how much I love Happy Birthday. You should vote for it the next time it comes around. Ooh, peony petals. This is lovely. This is a really nice peony scent. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Enchanted Peony from HomeWorx. So if you like that, you'll probably like this. Strawberry lemon cake. Delicious and straightforward. Strawberry, lemon, and a vanilla cake. It's yummy. Absolutely worth checking out. It's from this new catalog now. So this is Twilight. Oh yeah, this was one where once I warmed it, it just smelled kind of funky. This smells very soapy to me. I don't like this. Would not recommend. I think this was this a bring back my bar? I don't know. I don't remember. Turn Up the Pink. Was this a Valentine's collection? I think it was, maybe. It's good. It's a light kind of sweet floral scent. I liked it. It's delicious. Simply the Zest. You guys, this is such a great scent. I ended up not putting it in my club, however, because I do think that it's somewhat similar to the Blue Grotto. They're not the same. They're not the same, but I think I get the same effect from Blue Grotto. So yeah, I'll just keep going with that. But this was delicious, and I really did like it. Cotton candy. Oh, okay, this was a disappointment. Cotton Candy Tails, and I bought 3 of these. Of course I did. I think it just had too much caramel. It was too much caramel. I know I have 3 of these in here. Yeah. Womp womp. It's fine. Candy Orchard. This was the scent of the month for, I think it was January. I think I have that right. I love this. It almost smells like cotton candy to my nose. I will say it's a good performer, but I wish it lasted just an extra day. Like, it's 2 solid days, but I wish I could get 3 days out of this one because it's one that I would just melt all the time. Lemon Cake Drizzle, delicious. Sorry, Lemon Drizzle Cake. That's lemon and cake, it's yummy. There's the Cotton Candy Tails. There's the Pink Spreads Hope. This was from the October Breast Cancer Awareness campaign. I like this one, but it's not currently available. Bananas was Bring Back My Bar. This was okay. I found that a lot of these Bring Back My Bars this last go around didn't last very long. They lasted about a day. Just kind of futzed out on me. I Pink I Can was another one from that breast cancer collection. Street Parade was from the Mardi Gras collection. And here's another I Pink I Can. And then a Strawberry Sweetie. I actually like this Strawberry Sweetie. Kind of an interesting... It's not a very authentic strawberry scent, but I still think it was delicious. And then this one here, Cherries Jubilee. This was actually from Christmas time, but I don't like cherry scents in December, so I warmed it this month. And I did like this one, actually. I think I have 1 more of these left. It's just more of like a sweet, straightforward, like typical cherry type of scent for, you know, around the holidays. Anyway, you guys, my camera is gonna cut me off here in just a few seconds, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you guys being here. Please subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you finished in terms of home fragrance in the comments down below. Check out the description box, and don't forget to tune in Saturday for some additional empties, because I definitely am gonna have a little bit more than this. So anyway, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.